Hi everybody, my name is Melissa and welcome to my channel. Today I am starting my last OWL reading vlog for 2020, so this is week 4. Also, this past weekend was the Smutathon Readathon. I had every intention of vlogging, but I didn't, obviously. So I did get a total of 4 books read for that readathon and I started a 5th book. So I'll talk about those books really quickly and then talk about my reading plans for the OWLS for this coming week. So it is kind of almost the end and I'm really sad about that, but anyways, so the very first book that I started and finished was, let me see, Your Dad Will Do by Katie Roberts. Sorry, I have my computer here so I can double check. This book I gave 4 stars. It's a very short, smutty book. It definitely has obviously some daddy kink to it. I enjoyed it a lot. I think I just wanted more from the story. It kind of just starts off where the girl is broken up with her fiance and she's at the doorstep of his dad. So yeah. It kind of reminded me of a very short, very smutty, very straight to the point version of, what's that Penelope Douglas one? Birthday Girl. So it kind of reminded me of that very much so in a lot of things that happened. So if you really liked that book and you really like smutty books, definitely check this one out. I gave it 4 stars, highly enjoyed it. The next book I read was obviously another Katie Robert book, and that is Learn My Lesson. I picked this up for 99 cents. Usually her books are around like $4.99, and I was kind of waiting on this one to go on sale. I'm so glad I picked it up. It's a male female romance in her villain series, so basically taking Disney characters and villains and making them have like steamy BDSM type smutty books. So this is the second book and I really enjoyed it. It's between Hades, Meg, and Hercules. So I had a lot of fun reading this one as well. I definitely gave this one, I want to say 5 stars. I really enjoyed it a lot, and if you liked the first one, Desperate Measures, definitely pick this one up, and I can't wait to continue on with this series because I think it's like Hook and Tinkerbell and then like Beauty and the Beast and someone else, so we'll see what happens with that. I am very excited. So the next one that I picked up was 3 of Us by Ella Goody. I saw this one on Chelsea Doling Reads TBR that she had posted, and she mentioned it being another male female or male female male romance. Obviously it's a polyamorous relationship, and this one was not very smutty. It really just like told you the story of them being together and dating when they were like, when she was 15, and then a year later they go off to college, weren't with any other girls, and they were waiting for her when she turned 18 to have a physical relationship with her. So there wasn't any type of incest because the 2 guys are twins, but they realized that they could only be with one girl because that's the way that they worked. So anyways, I didn't really enjoy this one. I gave it 2 stars just for the fact that a lot of the story was telling us and not showing us their relationship, and it started in the like freaking middle of their relationship. I don't know. I'm the type of person that needs build up to a relationship. I want to see it grow. That slow burn romance is really what I love. Sometimes I can accept the fast burn romance. This one, not so much. The next book I picked up was Deviant. Who is this by? I can't read it. Be a Page. So this one is a reverse harem romance. I just wasn't buying into it. The girl lives in England and she basically tags buildings and she lives a very hard life. Her mom was hooked on heroin when she had her, so she was born, she was hooked on it, and she ends up having to go to this kind of like reform school in a way. There's like gang members there and I don't know. I didn't believe it, and I have to buy into the reverse harem to believe it, and this one just didn't hit the mark. There are more books in this series, but I'm definitely not going to continue on. 2 stars was the most I could give it, unfortunately. So yeah, it kind of fell flat. But anyways, I feel very accomplished in that. I did start Lessons in Corruption by Gianna Darling. This is an age gap romance with like motorcycle club and teacher-student romance. So there's a ton of different tropes. This is her first one in the Fallen Men series, and I have been putting this off for way too long, and I'm so glad I finally have my hands on it and able to read it. So I got into like chapter 4 or something. I'm not very far into it, but I am enjoying it so far, and it's a younger guy, older woman. She's 26. Obviously he's in high school. I think he's supposed to be 18, but we'll see. At the moment, not really sure, where we're standing on that relationship. So Anyways, moving on to what I'm reading for the owls. I am currently so behind in my buddy read. I just feel so awful, but I'm reading The Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book in the second era of the Mistborn series. So first era was 3 books, and this one takes place 300 years after the events of the last book. And let me tell you, I forgot a ton of stuff that happened in that first series, a lot of the rules and things like that. So Brandon Sanderson is really great about laying down the magic system and everything that goes into his books at the beginning, which is really great, but at the same time, it does sometimes feel a bit info dumpy, but right now I definitely need it because I can't remember what happened in the first 3 books. So anyways, totally loving this being back in this world again. I have been really diligent and taking some notes, so very excited. I do have a bunch to do today, some work stuff I need to do. I don't know why I'm still holding this up. So I'm going to get to reading. I'm gonna probably watch some more YouTube videos and all that good stuff, so I will talk to you later. I can't believe we are at the very last day of the OWL Readathon. This week has like flown by, quite honestly, with the Smutathon this past weekend and everything that I had going on work-wise. Like, I don't even know what the heck has happened. Where has this week gone? Where has the time flown by? Like, it feels like April never even happened, but it has. So talking about what I have been reading lately. So this morning I picked up The Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson. I started off on the 125 page mark, and now I am on 215. So I have about 100 more pages in this book to go, and I plan on finishing this book today for sure. It's going to happen. I am determined. Even if it takes me all the way till midnight to get it done, I will have this book finished. So that is what I've been reading today. This past couple days, I've picked up a couple ebooks and an audiobook. The first ebook I picked up was Charlie Rose, Tell Me Pretty Lies. This is a ex-stepbrother second chance romance, and it wasn't exactly my favorite from this author. I do really like the angst and all this drama that goes on in this author's book, but I just really don't like dropping into a scenario with a couple and they already have a previous history. If you didn't know, second chance romances just really aren't my favorite because of that. I like seeing them when they first meet. I like building up that relationship with the two characters, and unfortunately, I think I gave this one 3 or 4 stars, I can't remember, but I rated it on Goodreads. Then I finally picked up Lessons in Corruption by Gianna Darling. So this is one I've had on my TBR for a very, very, very long time. I had signed up for the arc of her 4th book that she came out, which is the sequel to this one. So it's like the rest of their story after King and forgot her name. I just really know that he calls her Queen. Whenever they get together, the two characters. This is an age gap romance where the girl is the teacher. She's 26 and he is 18. He's her student. So I was wary about going into that one, to be quite honest, just for the fact that I normally don't read age gap romances where the woman is older than the man, but I don't know, I kind of did like it, but I did feel like this one was more insta-lovey than her other books that I've read by her, especially the second one was Zeus. That one really had a great build up because it had letters and everything going on. So I do really want to read After the Fall, which I think is the second one, so, or the 4th book, I don't know. Either way, she does have a new book coming out, which I'm very excited for, but point of the story is I read those books. The audiobook that I started, I think I have the equivalent of 3 hours left because I'm listening it to 2 times the speed. It's the Ruby Dixon Fire in His Blood. It's the first book in her Dragon Shifter series. So I read the first 2.5 books of the Ice Planet Barbarians, and I heard the audiobook of this series was really good, so I picked it up. I like the girl narrator, but the guy, I don't know. I'm really picky about my narrators, and the guy narrator is just really awkward. And like the way he does the character's voice, I'm just like, it makes me cringe. But I am enjoying it. Like I said, 3 hours left. Sorry about that. I don't know if things changed, but my camera card got full and I had to delete some footage. I think this is the SD card that is messed up, and I don't know why I'm using it. But my main goal for today is to finish this. I'm pretty sure I can get it done and then get this video wrapped up and posted either tonight or tomorrow, depending on when I can get this done. But yeah, I'm pretty excited and I have a lot of reading to get to, so I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi everybody, good afternoon. It is now May 1st, so the end of the OWL Readathon ended at midnight, and I ended up completing The Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson. So I was able to finish this. I didn't finish it until like 10 o'clock at night, so unfortunately I didn't really feel like getting on camera that late, and not that I'm any way improved at all than I would have been if I had just gotten out my camera, but I'm a little bit more awake, let's just say that. So I finished this. This is the first book in the second era of the Mistborn trilogy. So there are 3 books that are happening, like I said, 300 years later. So this is following Wax or Waxillium and Wayne, these 2 fighting duo. Basically it's like the Wild West, and they went out and they caught bad guys. So Wax is called home to the city where he kind of has to take over everything that was happening with, you know, his uncle, and his uncle had gambling problems, so there isn't any money, so he has to figure out what to do. And this entire time he's kind of fighting his love and passion for basically like crime fighting, and this was really, really interesting and a lot of fun. So if you've read the first Mistborn trilogy, it's definitely a completely different tone. This has a lot more humor, and one of my favorite characters is Wayne. I really loved their banter and the humor and everything that kind of went along with this. I read it for the characters, not for the plot. It wasn't as, you know, high stakes as the original Mistborn trilogy, and I really had a fun time with this, and it was a great buddy read, and I'm planning on continuing on with the series for sure. Very excited. You've read the first series, you definitely you should read them, because there's a lot of different spoilers and things like that that this book brings up. But unfortunately I forgot a lot of stuff that happened in the original trilogy. There's a lot of things that happened in the first era Mistborn trilogy that I totally forgot until like the very last page of this book. So yeah, anyways, I gave this 4 out of 5 stars just for like the plot reason, but I did love the characters and that was a lot of fun, and I'm hoping this is going to be very similar to the original 3 books, where it just kind of grows and the plot gets more intense and more high stakes, because this one definitely wasn't as high stakes as the other one. So very, very excited. And I did end up reading another book last night, and that was kind of a disappointment, to be quite honest. I'll talk about that in my wrap up. So yeah, I'm on my way to becoming a Hogwarts professor, and I'm pretty excited. This is a lot of fun. I cannot wait until, I think it's August, when all that starts happening again, but it was just so much fun. And like I said, I'm so happy that I had this going on during April, because it definitely was kind of like a huge light in everything that was going on, and really just kind of like kept me on track and everything. But yeah, I'm really kind of bummed that it's over, but you know, all good things must come to an end, and I know in May it's the start of the Asian Readathon, and yeah, I have tons of things coming up in buddy reads this new month of May. So anyways, I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're staying safe, and if you read any of these books or have any thoughts or opinions, I would love to chat about it and talk about it in the comments down below, and I hope you have a great day and happy reading. Bye!